I got this question from Titanium Tarzan, and I'm going to help him out. And you too, if you feel like you're struggling with how to monetize your TikTok account. Because when it comes to making money in social media, particularly on TikTok, we have to solve for two equations. One is traffic, and the second is conversions, so that we can monetize that traffic. Now, these are two separate problems that need to be viewed as individual issues. Because if you have traffic, but no conversions to the offers that you're putting out, it doesn't mean that there's a problem with the type of traffic that you're generating. And it's a mistake to change up your content creation strategy because you run the risk of messing up the side of the equation that you've already solved for. Now, it's worth pointing out that the traffic side of the equation needs to be solved before you solve for conversions or monetization. And I've got a whole playlist on how to do this, even a course that goes in depth on how I've built my account and my philosophy around creating sticky media that engages with strangers and will cause your account to grow. All of that's easier said than done. It's a lot of hard work, but it's doable for anybody. And that's step number one to being able to monetize is you've got to have traffic and you got to have people paying attention to what you're putting out. But once you have an audience, how do you monetize it? Aside from getting paid for views, which comes and goes, that's not really like a solid business strategy, is monetizing your views. Aside from that, there's a really simple process to figure out what your best money maker is and launch your business. And this is a process that I call dead linking. So once you've built your traffic, you're going to want to put a link in your bio that redirects to a simple landing page. No link tree, no landing page with like a zillion options. One link that goes to a single page with one offering. And this offering on your web page that you build is just an idea. If the idea is t-shirts or hoodies, you haven't ordered them yet. If the idea is a course, you haven't built it yet. Maybe the idea is software, just like deadlink.io, which is my latest launch, which allows creators like you to test what's going to monetize before you take the risk and time of building that product. Now, you don't need deadlink.io to do this, because whether you use my software to go through this process or you just DIY it, the process and the outcome is the same, so this is how dead linking works. We'll use hoodies as an example for this idea. Before you order your stupid hoodies, you build your dead link page. And on this page, you place an image of the hoodie, probably that you just downloaded and copied and pasted from the manufacturer that you're thinking about ordering these hoodies from. You Photoshop your design onto that garment, write a short little description, and we're going to throw a price of $120 up above the buy now button. Now here's the thing, the buy now button doesn't direct to a checkout page. Instead, it kicks potential customers to a landing page or brings up a pop-up. That's how it works with deadlink.io. As a little pop-up shows up and says, hey, this thing is out of stock, and you start tracking all of this data. How many people landed on the page? How many people clicked buy now? How many people put their email address in that little pop-up or the page they got redirected to? Because this tells you a lot about your offering before you invest in it. If your dead link page is getting a lot of hits, but no clicks on the buy now button, if you've got your hoodies listed at $150, you just drop your price. And you keep dropping your price until you start getting consistent signups for that product, service, or offering every single day. And if that price point where you start getting engagement is high enough to support a business with healthy margins, then you order your inventory, then you develop your product, and then you launch it. And conveniently, you already have a list of emails of people who expressed interest at buying this at various price points. They're your first customers, and you're not slapping anybody in the face who bought at $150 and you realize the right price point was just $50. Those people get what they wanted at a lower price point than they would have wanted in the first place. And if you keep dropping your price point to a level where it would be unsustainable as a business, you don't have all these orders to fulfill for people who bought a product that now has your business underwater that's stressing you out with a bunch of other things. Because if you find that an idea is going to be unprofitable while you're going through this dead linking process, you just cross that off your list and you go on to your next idea that you think you can make money from with your account. And this helps us avoid the money traps and move closer and closer to the thing that's going to be the big money maker. And this is the exact process that I have used to build my entire business. And that's why I developed deadlink.io, which tracks and does all of this for you so that you can track these metrics within your own ideas easily without any code or needing to know anything about building websites. And it's useful because it allows you to identify the money pits before you dump 10 grand or 20 grand or a bunch of time into a service or offering that you're never going to get out of your garage, which I unfortunately have done many times to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars that I have stupidly invested into really dumb ideas. So don't make that mistake yourself. So let's look back at Titanium Tarzan. First off, you got to get a link in your bio, brother. Then you got to start testing your ideas. Maybe you start with hoodies, and if that doesn't work, then you test out motorcycle gloves. If that doesn't work, maybe the next iteration is a private community that people pay like $5 or $10 to be a part of, where you can join up for rides and meetups, swap gear, whatever it is. You just build the offer page and outline what the proposition is and see how many people engage with it before you build the thing. Create your buy now button, track the engagement and click-through rates at each price point for each idea, and you just keep iterating and going through this process until you find a winner. And once you find a really good fit that people are all about and they're engaging with, it's actually super hard to mess things up at that point, because most people can make a lot of money as long as they have the right product market fit, and that's really the difficult thing when it comes to monetizing an account. And this is the fastest way that I know of to dial that in without taking a huge financial risk. Give it a try, whether it's on your own or with deadlink.io, and you can thank me later.